Creates here. Got another video for you today. Today I'm going to be reviewing, it came out on a Wednesday, number 11, Chicken Legs. That's a joke for anyone who plays bingo, so anyone who is 60 and older would get that joke. Anyway, for the rest of you, just look it up. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing okay out there. If you have not already, if this is your first time visiting the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, like the videos, all that good stuff, and go check out everything else I've done before. Watch all the videos. If you want to support the channel, we're selling stickers. You can get a cool Smiley Bones sticker. Also have t-shirts, and we're working on some other stuff too. The new issue of Indie Comics Underground is well underway and is looking amazing. I'm just waiting on a few people to get back to me with some interview questions and stuff, and then that'll be sending out to subscribers as soon as I can. So if you want to get in on that, subscribe. So anyway, let's jump into it. It came out on a Wednesday. This is an anthology done by Overturn Comics. And every month they have some sort of monster on the cover by a different artist. This one is particularly awesome. This is by Elliot Fernandez, did this artwork. If you don't know who Elliot Fernandez is, you can check him out on Instagram. He's got a ton of stuff on Instagram. He does a lot on there. He's got a bajillion followers. His name is Jerkmonger. That's his username. He's on Twitter as well. He's on YouTube. Check him out. He's a cool guy, and he does some amazing artwork. Bunch of different styles too, which is really cool. What this book is it's an anthology. If you don't know what an anthology is, it means a collection of stories. So what you get in here sometimes is, sometimes you'll have stuff that ties into other alternate series. There's one like that in here, and then other ones are just standalone stories. I definitely think it's a cool way if you want to get your feet wet in the comic book game. It would definitely behoove you to maybe try and submit a short to It Came Out on a Wednesday. It's all horror, sci-fi, and fantasy stuff, so don't submit like a story about like two people deciding what sandwich to order for lunch. I don't think that would be really interesting. But anyway, so let's get into it. We get a whole bunch of different stories in here, and again, this is from Alterna Comics, $1.99, and yes, Alterna Comics is still printing and shipping right now. So you can go to alternaaccess.com. Hey, look at that. That's convenient. Look at that. It was like I planned that. I really didn't. Go to alternaaccess.com. Like it says right here, $5 flat shipping and free shipping on anything over $25, which $25 worth of Alterna comics is like a stack like that. Because they're so inexpensive because they print on newsprint, and it's just great. So anyway, let's get into some of these stories here. The first one, this was a cool story. It's called Overturn, and it's a cool classic science fiction story. We've got these weird looking like octopus alien things, and there's this mechanical thing that came up from the ground, and they're trying to figure out what it is. Is it dangerous? Is it threatening them? Is it something, what is it alive? Like, what is it? And the one octopus dude wants to try to communicate with it. One of the other ones is like, no, we should just kill it. Like they're like scared, they don't know what it is. And it's a cool little sci-fi story. And then, of course, something happens. There's a misunderstanding. They're not really sure. The one guy gets injured. I want to just mention, what I didn't do? I didn't mention the art and the script are by Matt Chin, and the letters are by Hieroglyph, excuse me. Really good art. It's honestly, it's kind of easy to like overlook the art because it's these weird like, octopus deals, but like they actually like some really good art in here, and honestly it makes you the story is cool because it makes you actually care about what's going on. It's got that classic science fiction thing that really good like Star Trek or Star Trek The Next Generation or that kind of like any kind of classic science fiction story of like turning things on its head. And I don't want to give away the ending because it's cool, and I don't like to spoil stuff, and it's a real short story. I don't want to ruin it for you guys. So I'm gonna skip the last page because the last page, if I show it to you, will really give away everything. But it's a fun little story. It's only about, what is it, like 5-6 pages maybe. Then we get, here, I'll do this, and then I'll turn it. Then we get a short story that is tied into Tinseltown, which is an Alterna series. The first miniseries was, I believe, 5 issues, 4 issues, 5 issues, something like that, by David Lucarelli, art by Henry Ponciano. It's the same team. The exact same team does this short. And this is a story that takes place after the first miniseries and prior to the new miniseries, which is coming. There's a new Tinseltown story that's coming from Alterna Comics, another miniseries. It's called Tinseltown Losing the Light. We're going to continue the story of Abigail. So I'm going to just jump past this because I don't want to spoil that other story for you. So I hope you didn't get a glimpse of anything there. So the cool thing here is this is just a quick little story in the Tinseltown world just to show you what's going on with Abigail and Dan. It's, like I said, it's post the original series. So if you read the original series, you know, like, right where it is. And if you haven't, and if you miss this, I don't think it's really super integral, although maybe it is. I don't know. Because it does introduce a new character. So maybe that'll be important in the next series. Who could shed some light on that is David Lucarelli, the creator of Tinseltown, who you can read an exclusive interview with in my zine, Indie Comics Underground, which goes out to subscribers first and then to the rest of the internet later. I do have an exclusive interview with David Lucarelli in there about the new Tinseltown series, Tinseltown Losing the Light. And this was a shameless plug. Please subscribe to Indie Comics Underground. I'll put it in the description below. You can go to www.indiecomics.underground.com. So anyway, now back to our regularly scheduled program. I also didn't plan to do that. In case you guys are new to the channel, I just basically ad-lib my whole thing here. I don't write anything down. I just talk off the cuff. And it's just, we're hanging out, we're talking comics, we're having a good time. So Henry Ponciano's art, I really, really like his art. He has great expressions on his characters. He has just a really cool style. It's very clean. It's very classic. So we get this story where they go on a date. Abigail and Dan are going on a date. They're just having some fun. They want to go bowling. And because of the time period, we have pin boys who were before we had the machines that would reset the pins, there were actual people back there who used to have to stand by hand, stand up the pins. And if you weren't careful, or if they weren't careful, and someone rolled the ball too fast, they would get hurt. They could get hit by the ball, and you've felt a ball. If you've gone bowling, you know how heavy a bowling ball can be, and that sucker coming at you full speed could hurt. So there's this real jerk of a guy, and he hits one of the kids on purpose, and I'm going to just skip a little bit. Again, I don't want to give away everything, but there's an incident at the bowling alley, and then I don't really want to give away the end. I'll let you see it. It's a cool little story. It takes place in that world, and then here's the ad for the new series, Tinseltown Losing the Light. This is the cover of the first issue, so you keep an eye out for that. Then in every issue of It Came Out on a Wednesday, they always do a interview with the person who drew the cover. So in this case, obviously, Elliot Fernandez. You can see some of his art here. This is Doom Kicker. This is his crowdfunded book that he's working on with Doug Tenaple, the creator of Earthworm Jim. Doug, I believe, wrote the story and then left everything else to Elliot to do, including the crowdfunding, the promotion, everything. I have seen Doug do very, very little promotion for this except when it first started. And Elliot's out there drawing and working his heart out on this book, and it has not raised as much funds as it really should have because it looks fantastic. Elliot's art alone should sell you. So it's a cool little interview. I almost said cute. There's a cool little interview with Elliot Fernandez in there. And then we get a fun little one-page Mr. Crypt story, which I give so much credit to Troy Vivacis. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. It's really hard to write a one-page story. And I give him mad credit for doing that. I give mad props to anyone who can tell a story that quickly. And then we get another story, which is a science fiction kaiju story, which when you find out who the artist is, if you know anything about him, you'll understand why he was chosen to be the artist on this, I'm sure. It's called Team Chaos 1. It's written by Matthew Blair, and the artist is Frankie B. Washington. Frankie B. Washington loves kaiju. He draws kaiju constantly. He's done all kinds of work on like trading card sets and other stuff of Godzilla and kaiju left and right. He had his own web comic with kaiju in it, of course. So if you follow him on social media at all, you'll see he's constantly tweeting about kaiju. He loves it. It's the thing. And Keith Gleason did the lettering. Keith Gleason is actually the creator of Mighty Mascots by Alterna Comics, which is a great series if you haven't checked that out. I've reviewed issues. You can go check that out on the site. So anyway, they're this team who gets sent to this island, and it's a pretty cool concept. I didn't think about a concept like this before. There's these monsters on this island, and they can't just use an airstrike because it's not going to kill everybody. They said artillery won't reach. So the only way to effectively eliminate all these monsters is to hit them with a satellite tag so that they can be shot from orbit. And I thought that was a really neat idea. Like, it's a cool, very clear mission structure. You know what their mission is. There's giant monsters, so it's incredibly dangerous. They have to tag them, and then the hammer of God has to drop from the sky and take them out. You know, it's kind of like if you played Gears of War, when you do the I forgot what it was called now. But you could do something like that. You had to tag a thing, and it would shoot us from a satellite. It's a cool concept, and I like it. I think it's a neat thing, and it could be expanded on into even a more full story. I could even see a movie with that concept being made, because it would be really cool. So anyway, so we get some fun kaiju, all black and white, a lot of action. The one guy's freaking out. And then they have to take out the monsters, and I'm not gonna, spoil the ending, but the one guy is like freaking out. He's a rookie, and he's scared to death because of these giant monsters, and he has to see if he can overcome that. And then we have the time capsule with Timey Tim, which is comic book shoutouts. Eventually will also be letters column Alterna's doing. And that, my friends, it came out on a Wednesday, number 11. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would. There's some good stories in here. And, the one, like I said, the one that ties into Tinseltown, you don't need to know anything about Tinseltown to read that story and still understand what it is and enjoy it. So it's definitely cool. The cover is awesome. Like I said, this cover is fantastic. I want to point out that Elliot put... this just made me laugh when I saw it. There's all like his whole comic book rack, and he's like this crazy monster with all the new comics. And on the back, I just love the name of this one. It's The Stank. I would totally read a comic called The Stank. Elliot, I think you may have hit on something. Make a comic called The Stank, and I will be there. You will be guaranteed to sell at least one copy. All right, so that's it. I would absolutely recommend it. If you like this video, you want to see more reviews like this, absolutely hit the thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if you read this or which story was your favorite from there. Let me know any other books you want me to review. Say how cool I am in the comments. That would be nice. Nobody ever does that. That would be cool. Anyway, I didn't plan to say that either. That's kind of the theme of this video, apparently. So anyway, absolutely would check it out. Follow me on Twitter at jam_creates, like it says right there on the sticker. You can support the channel by buying stickers. You can support the channel by buying t-shirts, by sharing the videos, hitting the thumbs up. All that stuff helps out. Like I said, follow me on Twitter at jam_creates. Same thing on Instagram at jam_creates. I'm also on Minds. I'm on Vero, which is a social media site that I don't know if anyone uses, but I'm still on there just because I really like the interface. Is that sad? That's a really nerdy thing that I'm still on that social media site just because I like the interface. Anyway, that's it. I'll talk to you guys soon, and I'll be back with more videos, and peace out.